It's time for something we affectionately like to call the terrible twos. Sorry, Mike's not here to say bottom line.
Yeah.
That's also his cue when he's editing to see the actual, he watches the karate chops. But it's not the bottom line now. It's the terrible twos.
Two.
Now it's the final two questions of the show. The two most important questions. Everybody loves them. Boy, oh boy, are they fun. And it starts a little something like this. Bridget Fitzgerald.
Yes.
What's your middle name, by the way?
Don't try and take my bank information and send it out on the internet. What's your mother's maiden name? Give me your social.
High school mascot?
Okay. Bridget Ann Fitzgerald.
The Fitzgerald is all you need to know. Bridget the Fitzgerald. All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
How dare you? No.
It's Anne. On a scale of 1 to 10, Bridget,
Yes.
what would you give this first episode of Dark, entitled Secrets?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this one, I want to say a 9 because it really had me intrigued. I really enjoyed it, but I'm also, again, I always give myself like, of everyone, I'm the Paula Abdul of the trio who's always like, oh, you did great. You all were wonderful. You know,
yes.
So I am
the positivity.
I'm the positivity judge. So I give it a 9. I enjoyed it a lot.
Wowie.
I knew it. The 10 minutes of knowing you, I was like, she's going to go for it.
All right.
Katie, you're good at predictions. You are.
Let's see how good we are, Katie. Scale of 1 to 10.
2. And the only reason it's a 2 is because I was invested in if the kid is okay or not. I'll tell you what, I occasionally watch anime and like the dubbing over the mouth's not moving at the same time. I was like, okay, it's fine. It's animation. But for some reason, real life humans, when the words don't match up with the mouths, it bugs the daylights out of me. And it was so distracting the entire time. Couldn't enjoy it. And I maybe I'll have to just read it with the subtitles on and the original voice.
I mean, if you want to get your reading on, definitely check out those subtitles. They are available. And I honestly never even thought to check out the dub. So now I feel like
I didn't even know there wasn't the option. I didn't even know that thank goodness.
I mean, if you really want cultural experience, you could put it to the Spanish dub with the English subtitles and then have the German in the background. Yeah?
Really get crazy with it. Really keep yourself on your toes.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to be more on the Katie side of this story here. I'm going to give it a 3, not because, because of all those things that I said. I try to look at everything
to this point.
I try to look at it objectively. Look, I like the authenticity. I like something that takes me away to a different place. But this didn't really do that as much as some things could have, because it was a German show for Germans. So they weren't trying to take us away to a different place, because they're just like, hey, you guys know this place, right? We all hang out in the forest. This is what we do or whatever. It was okay.
It's a German thing.
It was fine. It didn't give me much. I will say at one point, I was just like, okay, is this thing almost over? And it was like just reaching halfway. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to die. Anyway.
I checked at the same point in time too.
I don't remember. I can tell you where it was in my notes.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Is this what happens when you watch the dub version versus the subtitled version?
Yes,
like, what is happening here? You guys
like the sub version
gives
you something to read.
It does, but it won't give you access to that dang note. That's what it doesn't do. What it doesn't do is show you what's happening with that note.
Okay. It was right after the girl said the nuclear power mafia keeps things secret, right?
Oh my gosh. When she's like, I'm on a hunger strike.
Yeah, I guess so. And then I was only halfway. And the only reason I remembered Ulrich's name, by the way, is because that's the last name of the Metallica drummer. And he's really good drummer, Lars Ulrich. And so that's how I remember. I was like, oh, cool name. I didn't know it could be a first name too. Anyway, so it's a 3 for me.
I mean, we both were reminded of really great musicians. Me with the Jonas Brothers, you with Ulrich. You know,
I'm just really bad with music.
Are there any bands with the word dark in it?
I'm not socialized with music.
Dark?
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know. Dark.
Band named Dark.
I don't know.
No
Dark Side of the
cheating.
Moon by Pink
It's an
Floyd.
album. That's good enough.
An album. That's
Good
close.
enough.
Come
Yeah.
on. That's pretty close.
Okay. So question number 2, and the most important question of all time. For the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of Dark. Now that the podcast is over and we're free to move about the internet, Bridget the Fitzgerald.
Right.
Fitzgerald.
No,
would you
because it starts
watch-
with an F. You can only do the if it starts with an A, E, I, O, or U. I know that because I'm a Michigan fan, and the Ohio State University pisses me off. Sorry, go ahead.
That was in reference to Megan the Stallion, for everybody that knows that's paying attention to music. It following along with the music theme. So sorry, Katie.
Flashes of anger and violence.
Bridget, would you watch the second episode of your own volition?
I really would. I'm very surprised that you guys did not enjoy this. And again, I feel like I made the smart choice by really challenging myself to read those subtitles. So yeah, I would watch. I almost watched the second one before we watched this, but I ran out of time. So there we are.
What about you, Katie? I feel like Katie's almost considering it, but no.
Partially, I want to make sure that the kid's okay, so I might just watch like the finale, or Google. I can just Google it. So probably
Is
not.
Kid okay?
Yeah,
Dark.
is
Kid
Mikkel
okay? Dark question mark.
Exactly. I think I could save myself a lot of binge watching with that. So probably not.
Yeah, it's a no from me. If you're the Paula, it's a no from me.
Whatever.
What accent was that?
That was. I don't know. That wasn't German.
You do know. It was Simon.
Oh. That's a no from me. That's a no.
That's a
All right.
no from me.
Nice. Well, that honestly, you are the Simon of our trio when it is you.
It's got the hair down. So yes.
I put my hair down to have some fun,
Yeah.
Let my hair down.
Yeah.
No, it's a no. It's one of those things where I would like to talk to someone like Eve or somebody that's watched the whole thing, and I could be like, so what's this? And what happened there? And what happened there? And they could just kind of tell me, and I can get that little nugget of satisfaction without having to sit through any more of this.
If you just want to tell Katie that the kid's okay, go to weather_Katie on her YouTube and just like write a note on one of her things. The kid's okay. She'll appreciate it. She'll say thank you. It'll be a whole great thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So helpful.
I
can sleep at night.
I'm here helping people help people,
Put it in Pig Latin to avoid spoilers too. She'll get it.
Yeah. How do you do Pig Latin for no or yes? They're all one syllable.
Oh, hey, S-yay, right?
Oh,
there we go. Yeah. I'll take it.
You have an H if it's a vowel. Is that not right? Guys.
Oh, one. It would be one, right?
One.
S-yay.
Well,
we just lost everybody. Sorry, everybody. Everybody just disappeared.
If anybody wants to turn on subtitles right now, that would be great because we have gone into another language. And I suggest you do rather than hear us get dubbed over by some strangers. So
YouTube closed captioning is just a question mark.
Well, that's about it for us, everybody. If you'd like us to review a show, please be sure to say WTF in the show you'd like us to review in the comments section below and tell us where to find it so that we know whether we should go to YouTube or Hulu or Disney Plus or HBO Max or whatever. We're not going to go to like
Sail the High Seas.
4. Yeah, we're not going to go to Channel 4 or something. We don't know what that means, But that's about it.
It's the channel between 3 and 5. Come on.
Not too bad. It's on the remote. It's just one button.
Just 4.
So what I'm trying to say is that this podcast was dark.
And I'm trying to say that this podcast was so German. So German.
And I'm saying that this podcast was fun as always. And I think I'll sleep better tonight.
So everybody at home, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, share this, and tell us what you want us to review. And remember what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg always likes to say. Oh shit, he's not here.
Watch the
You don't know.
things, and also sign up to be a living organ donor if you can, because you could save a life.
That's the one. Thanks for saving mine just now. And there, oh, and Michael's not here. He can't stop us from the freeze frame. Freeze frame.
We're
Okay,
showing my
so
millennialness.
He'll totally edit that
Yes.
out though. Still,
Love
he
it.
loves it.
Love it. Love it.